Hello, we're at Parliament again today on Bank Holiday Monday. Have you got Parliament in the picture there, Ailith?
Yeah.
You can see Parliament, and I'm standing here in front of the banner. Unfortunately, our Patriots win speech got deleted last week, but it went on Busker News.
Busker Patriot News.
Is that right, Amy?
Yeah.
Yeah, Busker Patriot News. And I was talking about the legacy that the Queen's left us with keeping the Commonwealth whole. And I believe that the Commonwealth, we're going to have a trade deal with the Commonwealth, and it's going to make the Commonwealth the most powerful trade bloc in the world. And we will lift Africa out of starvation and into prosperity. And I understand that Donald Trump's got what they call a Five Eyes deal, where he's got New Zealand, Australia, Canada, the USA, and of course I don't call it the UK anymore, I call it Great Britain, because that's what we are, we're Great Britain. And if you want to pan now in front of this sign, Ailith, you've had the Houses of Parliament there, so no one can argue. This arrow is pointing to the Houses of Parliament, and we want Brexit now. Well, we're going to get a Five Eyes deal, it seems. Trump's offering us a Five Eyes deal with our 5 English-speaking nations. And this will be so this will dwarf anything that the European Union's got in its single market. The single market that locks the third world out, and it's hostile towards Russia. And this so-called peaceful organisation that moves its sphere of influence towards the Ukraine, pretending it's a peaceful organisation, is an aggressive stance against Russia's sphere of influence, who is rejected communism, and the so-called evil of Putin. Putin, I mean, look at Germany. Look at the mistakes they've made with their leaderships. They've had Bismarck, they've had Hitler. Now they've got the communist in sheep's clothing, Angela Merkel, shaky Merkel, and their leaders have been a disaster. But if you think you're going to get democracy overnight, just look at Germany. It takes hundreds of years to develop. We've been trying since 1215 with the Magna Carta. And the Germans need to understand these things don't happen overnight. The Germans are very clever people, but they're going to take hundreds of years before they get there by the looks of it. And I think Putin's done miracles with Russia. Was it 1991 when the Berlin Wall came down? I mean, and look what he's done. He's been in charge of his country for 20 years now, I think. And he's done miracles. He's not a man of war, he's a man of peace. He defended Syria. He defended the Christians of Syria when the neocons wanted to destroy Syria. And where are the Christians of Iraq? Where are there any of them left? We only see refugees, we only see Muslim refugees. I believe the Christians of Iraq have all had their throats cut. A third of Iraq was Christian. I really do believe this. But let's get back to the trade deals. We get a Five Eyes trade deal with the English-speaking nations. Right, we can then go out to the third world and we can give them a good trade deal. We must lift the third world, drive communism out of the third world, drive radical Islam out of the third world, bring the third world back into prosperity. This is my vision. I hope Boris Johnson has this vision as well, and this will raise the world. We were known as a trading nation. We didn't build an empire, we built the East India Company. It went out to India and drove the Moguls out of India. They were Muslims, they were suppressing the Hindus, and when we got rid of them, we traded with the Hindus, and we traded with India, and it was and there was a special relationship between India and Britain. We are the greatest trading nation the world's ever seen. And we've lost that. We've lost it. I just want us to get it back. We are not little Englanders. We will show the world that the way forward is low taxation, lowering your corporation taxes, and all the industry comes back. How do I know this? Because Trump's done it and Trump's proved it. Low corporation taxes brings the industry home. And this is where we got to head for. We will show we'll be buying Mini back from the Germans. We'll buy Rolls Royce back from the Germans. We will buy Range Rover back from them. We will have a car industry. It might take a couple of years, it might take, but it's going to happen. It's going to happen really quickly. Because with low corporation taxes, if Google wants to come to London and leave Dublin when we lower our corporation taxes less than the Irish, before you can say Tipperary, the Irish will be out of the EU. And the EU will be broken, and it will come down like the Soviet Union. And God help all those countries where their peoples are in there, because it is a communist organisation and it's a wolf in sheep's clothing, and it's pretending to be a democracy. We know it ain't a democracy. We know it's authoritarian. We know it's tyranny over the people. We've watched Rupsley in Paris, where the Gilets Jaunes. Thank you, Alif. The Gilets Jaunes. Was it 10 of them got killed? How many people lost eyes? How many people lost eyes with the rubber bullets? This is tyranny. We hidden in the English Constitution is the right to bear arms. And you know, all this hate speech laws, they don't out-trump 29J or 29JA. We have the right to free speech. We have the right to bear arms. And we are sovereign, not those people over there. We are sovereign. And this is what we have to take back. Trump's inauguration speech when he became president, as they was all sitting there, Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, well, I think the Bushes were there as well, is what this is the government giving it back to the people, giving you back your country. It's a people democracy. And this is what we need here. We need to bring back our sovereignty and have a people democracy. Like what we said at Abraham Lincoln and his statue, the Gettysburg Address, the government, I'm not sure in which way it goes, but the saying is roughly, the government of the people, for the people, by the people, shall not perish from this earth. Because they are the only true government at the moment of the people. And they got the idea from us, and we need to reassert our authority over that place and let them know that they're the servants and we're the masters. This is the true facts of life. And until this happens, we are enslaved. We are living in tyranny. And we need the Second Amendment. We need to do what the Americans have done and put all of our constitution in amendments like the Americans have done, so that everyone understands it and no one can take it away from us ever again. We've had enough of it. We need McCarthyism. We've got to stop being naive. We can't allow these people, we've had the wrong people in charge of our country, not just our country, in America, in Canada, in Australia, in New Zealand, right? And throughout the European Union. We're all meant to be democracies with free speech, and it's all gone sour. We've been taken over by the wrong people who've been ruling over us, and it was done on purpose. It was done. The KGB and the Stasi, they stood and chatted to each other. How do we take over the West? How do we spread our communistic ideology? They said, we can't do it. They got the bomb. They said, you don't need to do it. Just take their institutions over one by one. Corrupt them, corrupt their political parties, destroy marriage, stop them having children, do anything.